You ain't know I get down with the salsa, did you? Mm. The legendary Hector Lavoe, the voice of Latin America. I think I've always said it's important to have a well-rounded musical cultural palette. That's why it's important to support things like the Gary International Black Film Festival, October the 9th through 12th, 2025. And it's I really want to see that Move Your Body joint. That I'll be here at the station. But yeah, Move Your Body is going to be very good. The birth of house music over there in Chicago. And so again, I want to thank everybody from the Gary International Black Film Festival who was a guest, who came on and essentially shared why it's important for our little town to support the arts. But unfortunately, that's not really the only thing going on. You guys know this is primarily a political show. I usually do politics. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, a lot of the people that I've been working with for almost maybe 2 decades, some of them have been laid off, fired from their jobs. And a lot of it is because of the dysfunction in our government and these government shutdowns. And so currently, as it stands, our government is shut down as of Wednesday, October the 1st. We are officially shut down because Congress and the White House could not reach a funding deal before the midnight deadline. And so this is happening because Congress essentially has to pass funding bills every year to keep the government running. And in this case, neither party's budget plan could pass the Senate. The Republicans want to cut domestic programs and health subsidies. And don't buy this crap. And I'm glad Juan cleared this up. And I'm glad John Allen cleared this up yesterday, I believe, as well. Other people have cleared this up. This idea that there's a bunch of illegal immigrants who are on Medicare and Medicaid, that's complete nonsense. That's complete nonsense. The Republicans are full of crap. What this is about is our government, or should I say the people running our government, are hollowing everything out. And this is why I don't support either party personally. I am no fan of either. Because the reason the Democrats are not really fighting that hard is because their donors are the same people who fund the Republican Party. The same Goldman Sachs, the same Citi groups, the same AIPAC people. That's why Charlemagne the God gave Hakeem Jeffries the name AIPAC Shakur. A few weeks ago, he called this man AIPAC Shakur. And that's why. So the Democrats' plan is that they're just going to watch Trump and the Republicans be wholly unpopular, and maybe in 2 years they'll win back the House and the Senate, which looks pretty likely because, Trump is hurtling towards George W. Bush territory in terms of unpopularity, maybe even Joe Biden territory, which is poison. And both of these parties essentially, I always say that it's good cop, bad cop. That's really what it is. It's good cop, bad cop. You're not dealing with two separate entities that are on different teams. You're dealing with two methodologies of the same team. So the good cop comes in and says, hey, man, I'm your friend. That's the Democrats. Don't you want to confess? Hey, man, it's okay. You can confess to me. I'm a good guy. I'm your friend. And then the Republicans come in as the crazy cop who punches you in the face. Confess! 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 In both instances, their goal is the same: to get you to confess. And ultimately, with things like this government shutdown and what's been going on, both parties are about expanding the military-industrial complex. That's why every president we've had in recent history has overseen record levels of military spending. They all want to expand the surveillance state. This is why we saw during Biden's administration, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. I got censored a bunch of times on YouTube about my views on COVID. We're not going to go through that, relitigate that again right now, but so be it. And now Trump is just coming in as the bad cop. You know, he's punching us all in the face. He's bringing in people like Larry Ellison with Oracle, who's literally telling us that all of us will be on our best behavior because everything we do will be monitored. That's literally what Larry Ellison, who was the richest man in the world for a few minutes a few weeks ago, said. All of our activities, he said, you won't have to worry about police brutality in the future. Everything the police do will be monitored. And the police won't have to worry about anything because everything everybody does will be monitored. So everybody will be on their best behavior at all times because every single thing we do will be monitored. That's where we are right now. That's what we're doing. They all expand the military-industrial complex. They all expand the surveillance state. They all pledge fealty to Israel. 80% of Gaza was destroyed under Joe Biden. Now Donald Trump is coming in. They say they have some sort of peace deal, but it's a peace deal that wants the Palestinian people basically to get on their knees and grovel. All of this has all been decided by these people in backroom deals. This is why people always ask me, why do you like professional wrestling? I say, wrestling is more real than politics. That's why I say it helps me understand politics. It's amazing to me how many grown adults genuinely believe that the Democrats and Republicans actually hate each other. Nobody has to explain to me that Roman Reigns and, Cody Rhodes don't really hate each other. Or Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant don't really hate each other. But I have to explain on a weekly basis that Donald Trump and Chuck Schumer don't really hate each other. And I have all the pictures of them smiling and hanging out together to prove it. These people make backroom deals that change world history. They have mortgaged our children and our children's children by now. They have zero intentions on ever allowing us to have freedom again. And the question is, what are we going to do about it? I don't know. They control most of the media. That's why I like being here at WLTH, because, I work for one of the few independent radio owners in America, one of the few independent black owners in America, in Marion Williams. There used to be a lot of independent black radio owners before the Telecommunications Act of 96 that handed our media over to the corporations. Again, the good cops, the Democrats, Bill Clinton pushed that through, signed that. They control the military. They control the police. Now they're monopolizing all of the social media companies. Elon Musk owns Twitter. Larry Ellison now owns TikTok. And he's going to control CBS News. He's trying to buy CNN as well. They are consolidating wealth Elon Musk just became the first person in human history worth $500 billion. $500 billion. They are consolidating wealth. They're consolidating power. And what exactly do you think they intend to do with that? Again, I want to thank everybody who came out on Saturday to our event with the Field Museum and the City of Gary and Shirley Hines Trust and all those other people at Brunswick Park. Thank you so much. We are so grateful at the United Urban Network when you show that you appreciate what we're doing by coming out. Hopefully, in spite of these budget cuts that we're seeing all over, we'll be able to continue to have these things for our community and have more things, bigger things for our community in the future. So thank you for coming out. I want to remind you one more time to go out to the Gary International Black Film Festival next week, October 9th through 12th. Support the arts here in the city of Gary, Indiana. And also pray for all the people who lost their jobs during these budget cuts and this government shutdown. All the people who've been put on furlough. A lot of people are working and aren't even getting paid. Unbelievable. And this is probably going to last God knows how long. So buckle up, folks.